All right. Welcome into AWIC number 6.
Yep.
This one, as we get close to Christmas, there's less going on. I feel like production on new cubes has slowed down a tad bit, but we have some things to talk about. And so one thing I guess I want to start off with is that, again, we talked in the last AWIC that Christmas Eve is always scary for me because we worry that items that are on pre-order or new items or just regular orders, they don't get there in time, and it's like that's like the day of reckoning where there's nothing I can do, there's nothing anybody can do, it's not getting there, so it's always scary. And the Can 14 limited edition, which is selling really quickly, by the way, we're like already over 50% sold.
Oh,
which
that's
is pretty crazy. So I will say it's one of my more favorite ones. Like,
mine too.
The purple one and the gold one were kind of like, they were cool, but not really my favorites. Then that Colore one was like really cool.
That one was really cool.
And now this Galaxy one, which I thought wouldn't be that cool.
Yeah, like I mentioned in the last one, I originally thought it was just going to be like essentially just a fully black cube. Thankfully, it's not. It's actually like a transparent black, and it's got the cool like kind of purple pink like highlights and like the corners.
Yeah, it has like a pink core and like a purple corner stock with like the transparent black caps. It's cool. And so again, they've been on one lately with some cool releases. But it's supposed to arrive to us December 20th, which is like the last day for US orders to get there for Christmas using the expedited 2-day shipping. Yeah. So that's a little scary because I'm just like already having like that Mr. Krabs meme where it's like everything's like spinning around him, like flashbacks to just worrying that I hope they come on time. Right. So yeah, wish me luck on that.
Yeah, GAN was kind of, I don't know. That seemed like a bad decision to release it that late because like they kept teasing it, and it's like just release it already. Yeah. Like we're getting so close to, those mail buy dates. So
well, it's always weird too the way that it's released. It's like we as the retailers know nothing about the cube until like literally the day of. This time it was supposed to be released on, like we actually had a release date, which is odd, which was December 12th. And then other people started to list the cube ahead of schedule. So our hand was kind of forced and we had to release it ahead of schedule as well, which is always kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But yeah, Yuxin also has a smart cube coming out. I saw today, which is kind of like interesting, just on the topic of new cubes.
Yeah, they've got a couple of new things coming out. Like they've got the how they have the animal 2x2s and stuff. They're making a dragon one for, I believe, Chinese New Year for the Year of the Dragon, and there's going to be like a bunch of different colors from what I saw. They also are making a 14x14, so they're kind of like upping production, I guess, just in preparation for the new year and kind of to just start it off strong.
Well, I heard that the 14x14 is going to be really small and more squared. Really? And not pillowed.
Kind of, because some of them are like, have those, not necessarily pillowed, but like very rounded like edge pieces and corners.
Well, the 13x13 was more like, it was ultimately a square, not pillowed, if I'm recalling correctly. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see with the 14x14 how that one looks, because I hate to say it, but Yuxin's quality control is among the worst I've seen out of like just about any manufacturer. Yeah. So Yuxin making a smart cube.
Yeah, I will say they're like, they put a lot more effort into their bigger puzzles and stuff. So, but like with their like Little Magic 3x3 or most of their Little Magic line just in general, not so great. So to make a 3x3 smart cube, and in the past their 3x3s have not been the greatest when it comes to quality control. It's a little concerning. I imagine this is going to probably be a more budget friendly one, but there are, I think, somewhat budget-friendly alternatives that are much more reliable when it comes to the quality.
I'm more worried about the app.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even Moyu, their smart cube, like it, I don't know even to this day if they've translated it into English, because they had a button where you could press to set it all in English, and it was still all in Chinese.
And then they pulled the app from the App Store at one point too. It's just a freaking hot mess. Yes. I mean, it's rumored to be a smart cube, I should say. Is it kind of like what we're hearing? But it may not be. So we don't know for sure. Not trying to spread misinformation. It's looking like a smart cube, though. And if it is, I am hoping that the app is actually user-friendly because that's the problem with the Bluetooth stuff is it's a new technology. It's cool. I ultimately support it. But it still has a long way to go before it's like really polished. Yeah,
there's even some things in the GAN app. And I'd say GAN's app is the best when it comes to like the UI, but even still, there are quite a few things in there that I'm kind of like, I wish they would kind of fix this or improve on this. But then again, you know, we speak primarily English. I don't know how the user-friendly it is for people who speak Chinese and are able to actually read the original dialect. So
even just like language aside, just the functionality and like bugginess of it, it's pretty good overall, but it's tough with the Bluetooth stuff. Like the GAN robot is always returned, and it's really funky that the GAN 12 UI is not compatible with the robot, apparently.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like their best smart cube is not compatible with the robot, but the i3 is. So it's like, make that make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a cap thing?
I think it is, because only the yellow side on the 12 UI has little holes for where you can charge it. We're on like all of their other smart cubes, there's holes in the caps on all 6 sides, so you can like put it in the charger in any direction or whatever.
Couldn't you just swap the caps though?
I don't know if the
centerpiece designs there.
I think they might be.
It just seems like something that would be a relatively easy solution.
Right, literally just add extra caps.
Yeah, really? I don't know. I mean, the Moyu AI, I think it is, or no. The Moyu solving robot that comes with like.
Oh yeah, it comes with the caps.
It takes me back to like model kit building days for like Gunpla and stuff, where it's like it's just a grid. It's like a plastic like grid where you have to like punch out the center caps and like cut all like the flash and stuff off the sides of it. I'm like, this is kind of annoying. Yeah. But
I mean, I guess that's the best way to do it, to have the most cubes be compatible. I guess that's their way of being like, hey, even if you have the $3 Maylong, you could still use the robot.
I just feel like having the caps punched out would have been a nice touch.
Yeah.
In like little baggies or something like that.
Yeah, like pre-punched out,
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Bluetooth stuff is weird. Hopefully it'll get better. It's just tough though when people always contact us for these super technical issues and like we don't receive training from the manufacturers on how to resolve all these things. So we become like tech support. It's this really weird situation.
Yeah, because sometimes it's experimenting on our end first and being like, hold on, let me get back to you. And we have to try a couple of things ourselves. But
yeah, and it's like, I mean, we know how it works when it works. I mean, we test them all, but it's like, some of these issues, it's tough too when we can't even like replicate it. Yeah. I was actually dealing with that one last week, but yeah, I don't know. We'll be curious to see what 2024 looks like for new releases, because I feel like 2023 was just a lot of stuff. I'm hoping that Moyu chills their new
hopefully
their new Super Weilong Lite that is supposed to come out at the end of the month. I mean, I haven't heard a word on that since. So are they going to slip that in at the very end of December, or
maybe? I mean, if any cubes get released now at this point, I think it's not going to make it for Christmas. Like, no, it's too late. So I think the best thing to do would be to just save it for the new year. Yeah. And just start off really strong, then try to, release it this late into the year and try and get it out as fast as possible. But I say just wait.
Yeah, I don't know. I always have this sort of like fear with all these new cubes that, I mean, I know we've talked about it at length, but it's like, at what point are they gonna run out of things to try? Like, I'm still not convinced that these like honeycomb designs, dragon scale, tortoiseshell, they don't just find a random design, just slap it onto a piece and just see if it works. I mean, I don't know that I'd be curious to know if there's actual like R&D behind like, we're going to use a dragon scale piece design on this cube because it actually makes a difference over a honeycomb or something like that. Yeah. And obviously each manufacturer has to have like their own shtick, right?
Right, because they can't copy and stuff. So.
Yeah, but speaking of copying, that reminds me how like there was this company back in the day that did like knockoff Diane Zanchis. Okay. It was like the exact same cube, but it was sold under a different name. Oh, okay. And I'm pretty sure there was one that was doing GAN cubes a few years ago. And I can't remember what it is. Leave it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. But like, it was like a GAN 356, and it was a complete carbon copy of it, and it was sold a lot cheaper. And and it's just interesting because I'm actually working with a puzzle designer right now on a really cool like puzzle design that we're going to be mass producing for them.
Okay.
And they're getting all the copyrights in place and stuff like that, and expressed concern about it being stolen. And it's like the sad reality is that I think that, like, kind of the way the world works is even though you have copyrights, it's like enforcing it is a whole nother.
Yeah, and I know copyright issues are different, like depending on different countries and stuff. So there's, you know, all those different legalities depending on where you get the copyright in. So,
well, I feel like at least the cubing community, like I've seen in the past that if there's a known knockoff of like a designer's puzzle floating around in the community, they'll kind of make a PSA and like not support that one.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just unfortunate that like it's easy for people to kind of like a bigger person can just kind of screw you, and then you get screwed, and then even if you shouldn't get screwed, it takes a while to fix that.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, Rubik's Spin Master might be back on their tirade of like weird counterfeit claims. We had a product listing pulled. I don't know how much I should say, but we had a product listing pulled that they said was a counterfeit of the Rubik's trademark.
Right.
And it's like, it was a SpeedCube brand, I'll say that much, but it wasn't anything like weird, which we don't even sell that stuff anyway. Like, we don't sell anything that would even be like weird anyway. And ironically, the the cube that they said was a counterfeit is endorsed by one of their by one of Rubik's sponsorees and is used by them. So it's like, I don't know what's going on, but it was really bizarre.
It definitely seems like it could get complicated very quickly and be very like messy.
Well, and it's like an example of like my listing was pulled, no questions asked.
Right.
And the weirdest part is though, to appeal, and it's the most sketchy looking message I've received. Like I've been receiving lots of crap lately, like on Facebook Messenger. There's all these like, oh, your account's about to be deleted or whatever. And it's like, download this .rar file or RAR file, and to go ahead and open this and extract this. It's like, okay, no thanks. But the message, it's like, it's legit claims that the listing got pulled.
Right.
But it says I have to contact. Wait, I'm going to find the email. So I'm not. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't say the exact email. The email I have to copy is pawpatrol.ipr at insert. The name of the company that's representing Spin Master, and I'm like,
that seems very strange.
Yeah, Paw Patrol. I'm just like, okay. So Spin Master in the past has tried to like sue a bunch of people and stuff, and it just gets thrown out at this point because I think they've had their 3 tries, but it's annoying. So
I've even heard from some of their Rubik's ambassadors that they don't like them using Rubik's Cubes at competitions.
Why is that?
If this shouldn't be said, it won't be said, but apparently it's that they don't want to show like how bad the quality is compared to like SpeedCubes. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because I do get it that like as far as Rubik's is concerned, they can make a really good SpeedCube, but then it's just gonna get like, I don't think that Rubik's, with all the stuff they have to go through to make a product and bring it to market, whereas like like GAN, for example, does, they can never keep up with all the technological advancement. So I think it's kind of best that they just sort of stay in their lane, is like every new cuber is more or less going to buy a Rubik's Cube.
Right. And I mean, that's the name. Like even with like SpeedCubes, you'll go to a competition, most people, especially like parents, they'll just say Rubik's Cube. So the name is already out there. Well, so if someone sees you holding a SpeedCube, they're still going to think Rubik's Cube, and if they want to go get one, they're probably going to get a Rubik's Cube.
Well, it's like Kleenex and tissue paper.
Right, exactly. The name is synonymous with the item, regardless if it's from that brand.
And it's like, I could see the frustration from Rubik's, from their side, but at the same time, it's like the brand is so well known that, I mean, if they came out with a really good cube, I'm sure people would probably be more encouraged to use it. But like, the reality is they just don't have it, and I think that's okay. I mean, they have their cool stuff, like their little trainer cube thing.
Yeah.
So they have some cool stuff, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, really weird.
Yeah, I'd say they should just kind of stick to what they're already doing, especially with like the Rubik's Impossible and stuff. Those are actually like some pretty neat cubes. I've tried the Rubik's Impossible once, and I probably spent a good 10 minutes just trying to solve that one thing. And I mean, obviously, whatever they're doing is very engaging and it works. So I'd say just keep doing that. Keep making more interesting 3x3 based puzzles and stuff. So just stick to that. It works.
Yeah, but we'll see, I guess, what happens. But yeah, I mean, I guess just in general, now that hopefully the holiday season is winding down, get back on our regular upload schedules. Things will, I don't want to say die down, but go back to a sense of being normal busy, because the Christmas deadlines are what's scary. And it's we had someone today that called in that had an item that was on back order, and we go through so many lengths to advertise if something is on back order or pre-order. We have it on the products page, we have it during checkout, it's on the order confirmation email, and they actually get a separate email just to make sure that you know. And with all those measures in place, people still don't see it. And I mean, I sort of get it, because people sometimes get tunnel vision and just click, click, click. Right. But it's if a company can point respectfully and say oh, well, you were made aware of this here, 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 and here. Right. It's don't deny it. Right. It makes it, because now we have the way to see what their actual email was that went out. So I can physically look at what they were sent and be that's what you were sent. And it says right here. So yeah, we had someone call in today and they were panicking because the order hadn't shipped. And in a weird twist of fate, the item that was on back order literally arrived yesterday evening, was added into inventory, and the order was already getting queued out to ship out this morning. So it was all happening at a weird time, but then they were freaking out about overnight shipping, and it's just it's just so hard, because I mean, without fail, people get stressed this time of the year. I get it. Yeah. So I just don't shop for gifts for anybody. Just do all your shopping way earlier. Throw back to 2 or 3 weeks ago. We finished our Christmas and Black Friday shopping a week or two before. Yeah, no, I'm joking. I do gift shop on occasion. There's some people in my family that will re-gift what I give to them back to me. So I'm just okay, you're getting a card and a box of chocolates or something. Right. But yeah, I try to do my shopping in October, because I know that for me, once November hits, that's a wrap for the rest of the year for me. Yeah, it just gets so busy. Items are out of stock or back ordered. Mail by dates are important. So just better to try and get it done as quick as possible. Obviously, with the GAN LE, with that being at the end of the year, it's, and if you really want it, you kind of just have to wait. And I just realized too, and we're applying stickers to some of them too. Oh, and setup services. Yeah. Oh no. Well, we're going to be very busy. I'm hoping they come early, because that's setting in. Yeah, the realization of what's going to happen is setting in. Because again, we have our bases covered from it says ship dates, and it wouldn't ship before, but I know what's going to happen. Yeah, looking like it's going to be a sad Christmas Eve for me again. But yeah, so today was a little bit more of just kind of running through, I guess the usual. So, I mean, we'll see. Probably more stuff is going to be popping up with records and stuff. But Vegas Cubing Cup was fully announced. If you guys are interested in coming out February 3rd, you will definitely not want to miss it, because you get points based on your attendance. So if you're going to come to a competition, just for showing up, make sure it's that one on February 3rd. So we'll have links below for the registration on that, and to the page that gives you all the information about the Vegas Cubing Cup. But super excited about that. We have some pretty sweet shirt designs actually that I need to show you and get posted. So anything else you want to add? I mean, not really. I think we kind of covered everything. Right. Yeah, well, we have some gifts to go exchange. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And I'm trying to think, is this going to be the last egg wick that goes up before Christmas? We might be able to do one more. So just in case, Merry Christmas for those that are celebrating. Yeah. And if not, I'll hit you again in the next video. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye. Take care.